Oh, hello there. Greetings from Pasco, the Tri-Cities in Washington. Not a place I usually go when I come to Washington State, but I just hopped off the AHA inaugural. Today I will be going back down to the Bay Area, but first a flight to Seattle, Washington on Alaska Airlines Q400. I've done this flight before from Seattle to Boise, and I really like the experience on Horizon, so looking forward to this flight. Let's get this video started. That looks good. So Pasco to Seattle is a very short flight. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I'll be sitting in 2E today, which is, I believe, the first row. These seats are only available to those with status, and I have one row Ruby through American, so I got to pick the seats and have some extra legroom on the flight. It's not a good day, though, for flying a turboprop. It's probably going to be hella bumpy. It should be interesting. I always like the Q400. Well, good thing I'm eating this sandwich. My flight's been delayed till 8:34 to Seattle. My next flight's also delayed, probably because of this weather. I'm not surprised. It's like a 2-hour delay. The plane is here. It's a good sign. Looks like a special livery one too. Okay, it's the Oregon Beavers livery. My first ever Alaska special livery plane. It's pretty cool. Worth the 2-hour delay, I think. With the board still showing a delay of over an hour, and after finishing my food, I decided to walk over to the empty gate area to await my flight's fate. While the airport here in the Tri-Cities is pretty small, it was a big pleasure to fly into PSC. It's a really cozy little terminal with a nice central core and what seems like modern architecture inside, with the different types of lighting and lots of natural light flowing in the large windows when it's daytime. Our Dash 8 Q400 this evening, the Oregon Beavers plane, is nearly 11 years old at the time of filming and has been flying for Horizon Air and Alaska this whole time.
May I have your attention, please?
Alright, now that that's done, so they just announced that the flight will be boarding in about 20-25 minutes. So I feel like it got moved up a little bit. It's not quite 2 hours, it's like an hour. If you're wondering what those balloons are over there, that's from the AHA inaugural. Hopefully by the time I upload this video, they're not defunct. I don't know if they have much a shot, we'll see. But like I said, the weather is impacting a lot of flights here in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle's experiencing some bad delays. There's also an Allegiant flight that's supposed to go out here. It was supposed to go out here at 4 p.m. It is now 7 p.m. and they still don't know when they're going. There was like 4 guys I was sitting next to, and they said they've been waiting here forever and they just want to get on a plane already. Oh, I don't blame them. It's very dark, rainy, cloudy, in the middle of cow country, middle of nowhere. At least I got a flight. Hopefully they don't delay it more.
Also, I would like to welcome Group C.
Sweet livery. OSU. The Alaska Horizon Q400 is the smallest aircraft type Alaska Airlines currently uses. This turboprop has a 2-2 layout with 76 seats on board, all designated as economy. There are, however, 4 seats, which obviously have more legroom than the rest of the plane, me being in one of those tonight, 2E. As there are no seat backs up here, the safety cards are located in the pocket on the bulkhead below. Seats on board are probably the least comfortable for Alaska standards, but as these are meant to do short hops, I actually quite like them. While they don't recline, they are all leather, and the brown shade kind of gives the plane a vintage Alaska feel to it, even though I personally like the E175s more for the comfort. When I fly these Q400s and 737s, it does truly feel like I'm flying on Alaska Airlines.
Take a moment to look around and locate your nearest exit. It will be behind you.
I'd like to invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Welcome aboard.
35 minutes on the ground.
30 minutes later, when they finally found it, and Emily
Box water. Because we were delayed even more here at PSC, flight attendants were nice enough to come through the cabin with free water cartons for anyone who wanted one. Eventually we did get the all clear, which prompted the engines to fire up and us to start our taxi over to the runway. The smallest bathrooms I've ever been in on an airplane. It's also one of those that doesn't have a sink, rather just some hand sanitizer. And this is it too. It's the only lavatory on board. Sadly, as it was night, we missed out on some of Washington's finest scenery, and with the flight being only 44 minutes long and extremely bumpy, there was also no food and drink services on the flight. And with no free IFE working, it was either sleep or watch pre-downloaded content as demonstrated a minute ago. As we approached Seattle though, my side of the plane was blessed with some awesome shots of downtown, literally flying right over it until we hit the pavement at SeaTac. I tell ya, after 3 straight flights on dinky regional jets and turboprops, I about had enough of these cramped cabins. Luckily on this particular flight, I had some extra space due to my status with One World, but obviously, as you could tell, there are definitely some notable downsides to the Dash 8. Slimmer seats with no recline, tighter legroom behind me, no power outlets, no Wi-Fi, no IFE, not even a sink in the lavatory. There's definitely some more stuff I could say, not all of it Alaska's fault though. In general, for what it was, I did have a good time on this flight, and because my connection here in Seattle was also delayed due to weather, I really didn't care that this leg was also delayed, as I knew I would make my next flight. One last thing about the Q400, Alaska does unfortunately plan on retiring these planes in 2023 along with their Airbus planes, slimming the fleet down to only Boeing and Embraer aircraft. While I like the A320s getting axed, I will definitely miss these Dash 8s sporting the Alaska livery. No, they're not the most comfortable planes, but they are my favorite turboprops, and I always do enjoy flying this plane, even with the tightness of the cabin for some reason.
And back in Seattle, I love this airport. It just feels like the Pacific Northwest and like the gateway to Alaska, which is my favorite U.S. state. Too bad I'm not going to Alaska, flying Alaska. Thank you.
Well, and that will conclude this video aboard Alaska Horizons Q400. Thank you guys for watching. I will now have a very quick connection due to that delay down to the Bay Area, specifically Oakland, which is the next video. Thanks again for watching, and catch you on the next one.